nice win last week over the Rams. But the Jaguars also had a really good win last week as well. And I feel like this one could go either way. You are in Pittsburgh, so that home crowd's going to be a thing. Jaguars are coming off a little bit of they have a miniature bye, as they call it. They basically get an extra day of rest. I do really want to take the Jaguars. I'm really confident in them. I think they probably will win this, but I just have this little nagging feeling in the back of my head. Steelers at home, getting a little bit of momentum off the win. I think they might just beat the Jags, or like a 3-point win or something like that for the Steelers, I think. Patriots going into Miami. Miami just suffered a loss last week against the Eagles. Patriots got a really nice win over the Raiders. But in Miami, and although the Patriots do have that nice win, you're playing against a backup quarterback there, and it was still a pretty close game. I think the Dolphins should bounce back here and get the win. And again, Broncos won last week. Chiefs, as I mentioned in my review video, Chiefs are the only team in the NFL that are top 5 in offense, defense, and special teams. Just dominant across the board in all categories. And then you're going into Denver. Obviously, that home field advantage for Denver is pretty good. Mile High Stadium, but despite their win last week over the Packers, it was still the Packers, and the Chiefs, I'm going to give them the edge there. Interconference games. Buccaneers coming into Buffalo to play them on Thursday. Bills lost against the Patriots last week. Buccaneers also lost last week. I was saying, I was kind of riding the Buccaneers hype train a little bit there, but back-to-back weeks they've lost now and let me down. I think the Bills will bounce back here. I'm going to predict them to beat the Buccaneers. Texans and Panthers, both teams coming off the bye. CJ Stroud versus Bryce Young. I mean, this is the matchup. I hope this game is on at a reasonable time for my time zone, because I would actually like to watch this one battle of their QBs. Panthers are 0-6. Do they go 0-7? Do I think they go 0-7? I mean, 0-7 is rough. Stroud boys, stand back and stand by. I'm picking Stroud in the matchup. Jets, Giants. Jets coming off a bye. Now the Giants got a nice win last week, but that Jets team has been rolling. They're going to be a little bit healthier this week coming up the bye. That defense still looks really good, and Zach Wilson has shockingly performed well recently, making people eat their words a little bit. This might be an upset pick, but I'm going to pick the Jets. Saints, Colts. Saints coming off a miniature bye. Saints with the loss against the Jaguars. That game, and the Colts were playing the Browns. I literally just did my review, I already forgot. Gardner Minshew in there, but the Colts have one of the best. People don't talk about it, but they have a really good head coach, one of the best in the league, in my opinion. Great offensive play caller. Saints have a really good defense. Derek Carr, I still have a lot of question marks about him, but yeah, this might be an upset pick, but my brain's telling me to go Colts here. Falcons at Titans, and I was reading, let me double check this to make sure that nothing has changed. Yeah, it looks like Will Levis is going to get his NFL debut next week, so the rookie quarterback taken in this last draft by the Tennessee Titans, he will be getting his debut next week. So I think I'd probably already. I'm gonna give the edge to the Falcons in this one. A rookie QB in his first game. I don't know how much. I don't know how much I trust that. Seahawks, Browns. No, this one's tough for me to predict. That Browns defense is going to be really hard to deal with for Geno Smith. Geno Smith does not handle pressure well, especially not in the red zone, like I mentioned last week. And I think Myles Garrett is going to give Geno a very tough time this game. But Browns are on their backup quarterback, and they did get the win last week. They looked good, but I don't know how much that was the QB. The Seahawks defense is also really good, and for a rookie quarterback, could be a lot to handle. Or backup quarterback, not a rookie, excuse me. And do I think the offense will be good enough to get the win? And this might be a homer pick. This might be me just being hopeful, but I'm gonna say the Seahawks win. Ravens at Arizona. Arizona just lost to my Seahawks last week. Ravens had a really nice win over the Lions. Very convincing win against what was, one of the top teams in the NFL. I think they'll pretty easily handle these Cardinals. And now you have the Niners coming off of back-to-back losses, going against the Cincinnati Bengals, coming off a bye. The Bengals, who started to turn things around. Joe Burrow gets another week of healing up from that calf injury. He already looked like he was starting to get a little bit better from it, but a bye week will really help him there. He got to rest that leg. Obviously, Niners struggling with injury. Christian McCaffrey did end up playing that game last week, but they still have Deebo Samuel out. Trent Williams is still out. Let me double check their injuries real quick. Christian McCaffrey, yeah, obviously. He'll play. So, Trey Greenlaw, he has an hamstring injury. Okay, so we have to go week 8. Week 8. They haven't had practice yet. That makes things difficult. Hold on, let me check one other place real quick. Because McCaffrey ended up playing. Deebo Samuel's out. Trent Williams is doubtful. I'm going to say Samuel and Williams miss another game. This might be an upset pick, and this might just be me, hoping the Seahawks get into a better playoff position, but I'm going to pick the Bengals to beat the Niners, give them a third loss in a row. Bears, Chargers. Bears have that rookie QB in now. He had a really good game last week, but this Chargers team should be good enough to beat them, right? I think so. And Lions, I think the Lions are going to bounce back from that Ravens win. I feel like they have to, with that, their coaching, their offense, their defense. I'm hopeful that was just kind of a fluke and they can bounce back there for the Lions' sake. Now we get the NFC, Eagles at Commanders. I don't have to elaborate too much. I'm going to take the Eagles. Vikings at Packers. Vikings have momentum now. They have Kirk momentum, and they have Creed on their side, who will continue to take them higher. And I think they'll beat the Jordan Love Packers. Jordan Love does not look that great. The Packers have been struggling a bit. They've had a few losses now. The Vikings look like they're on the upswing. I'm hopeful that they continue to win. I like the Vikings. I'm going to pick them there. And finally, Rams at Cowboys. Rams coming off of a loss. Cowboys coming off a bye. Give me the Cowboys. So, in the AFC, I have the Steelers beating the Jags, the Dolphins beating the Patriots, and the Chiefs beating the Broncos. In our interconference games, I have the Bills beating the Buccaneers, the Texans beating the Panthers. The Jets maybe upsetting the Giants. I'm not sure if that's an upset pick. The Colts upsetting the Saints. The Falcons beating the Titans in Will Levis's NFL debut. The Seahawks upsetting the Browns, most likely an upset. The Ravens beating the Cardinals. The Bengals upsetting the Niners. The Chargers beating the Bears, and the Lions beating the Raiders. The NFC, the Eagles beating the Commanders. The Vikings beating the Packers, and the Cowboys beating the Rams. I usually do not look at lines, but I want to look at lines for this Bengals game. I want to look at the betting lines on this game. I want to see if they're favorites or not. The Niners are a 5.5 point favorite in this game. That actually, I could see the Niners being a favorite, but a 5.5 point favorite, I do not know about that. I do not know about that. But anyway, guys, those are my predictions for week 8. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single